Are you ready to dive into the dark and twisted mind of one of the most notorious drug lords in history? Welcome to the inside mind of El Chapo, 10 fascinating facts about his life and crimes. From his rise to power in the drug trade to his daring escapes from prison, El Chapo's story is one that has captivated the world. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the mind of the complex and dangerous figure and uncover some of the most shocking and fascinating facts about his life and crimes. So buckle up and get ready to learn the truth about the man known as El Chapo. One, El Chapo, former drug lord and leader of the Sinaloa cartel. Joaquin Guzman Loera, famously known as El Chapo, was a notorious cartel leader and the head of the Sinaloa cartel. Under his leadership, the cartel became one of the largest and most powerful criminal organizations in the world, specializing in the trafficking of drugs such as cocaine, marijuana, and methamphetamine. El Chapo was known for his ruthlessness and cunning, pioneering innovative smuggling techniques such as long-range tunnels and distribution cells. Despite numerous attempts by law enforcement agencies to apprehend him, El Chapo remained at large for many years, amassing immense wealth and power during his time as cartel leader. 2. Abusive upbringing and early involvement in the drug trade. Joaquin Guzman Loera's early life was marked by abuse and poverty. He was physically abused by his father in his early adulthood, which may have contributed to his actual path into the drug trade. Joaquin entered the drug world through his father, who was also involved in drug trafficking. Growing up poor in a rural area, Joaquin saw drug trafficking as a way to escape poverty and make a better life for himself. However, the abusive environment he experienced in his early life may have had lasting impacts on his personal and professional choices. 3. Selling marijuana in elementary school due to poverty. Joaquin Guzman Loera's upbringing was marked by poverty and limited opportunities. Growing up in a rural area, he was faced with the harsh reality of trying to make ends meet. To provide for himself and his family, Joaquin began selling marijuana in elementary school. Despite the risks and illegality of drug trafficking, Joaquin saw it as a way to escape poverty and gain financial stability. This early involvement in the drug trade may have set him on a path towards a life of crime, but it also highlights the systemic issues of poverty and lack of opportunities that can drive individuals towards illegal activities. 4. Pioneering drug exportation methods with distribution cells and long-range tunnels. In 1988, El Chapo founded his own cartel and became one of the most powerful drug lords in the world. He pioneered the use of innovative smuggling techniques such as distribution cells and long-range tunnels to export drugs to the U.S. These methods allowed him to transport large quantities of drugs across the borders undetected, making it difficult for law enforcement agencies to intercept his operations. Joaquin's rise to power has been aided by the arrest of Hector Luis Palma Salazar, a former leader of the Sinaloa cartel, which left a power vacuum that Joaquin was able to fill. 5. Immense wealth and power as a Sinaloa cartel leader. Joaquin Guzman's leadership of the Sinaloa cartel brought him immense wealth and power that matched the influence and wealth of Pablo Escobar, one of the most infamous drug lords in history. Joaquin's control over the drug trade was vast, and he was able to accumulate a fortune estimated to be in the billions of dollars. His power and influence were felt not just in Mexico, but throughout the world, with his cartel's reach extending to the United States and beyond. His leadership style was ruthless and violent, with reports of brutal killings and torture being carried out by his cartel members. If you are enjoying this video so far, please leave a like and subscribe to Oasisify. 6. Bribery of Juan Orlando Hernandez to become president of Honduras. Joaquin Guzman Loera, also known as El Chapo, was not just a notorious drug lord, but also a master manipulator who wielded his wealth and power to influence politics. In one such instance, he was reported to have bribed Juan Orlando Hernandez, a Honduran politician, with millions of dollars to help him win the presidency. Hernandez's rise to power enabled Guzman to expand his drug trafficking network in the region and allowed him to operate with relative ease in Honduras. However, the consequences of such actions were severe, with the country being plagued by violence and corruption linked to drug trafficking. Guzman's ability to bribe politicians and officials illustrates the pervasive influence of the drug trade on politics and the devastating impact it can have on society. 7. Importing more drugs into the United States than anyone else at time of arrest. Joaquin Guzman Loera's criminal activities as a drug lord were staggering, with his cartel responsible for smuggling vast quantities of illegal drugs into the United States. At the time of his arrest in 2014, he was reported to have imported more drugs into the country than anyone else. The drugs were primarily transported through an extensive network of tunnels built by his organization, which allowed for the efficient and discreet movement of drugs across the border. The sheer scale of his operation highlights the lucrative and pervasive nature of the drug trade and its devastating impact on individuals and communities. Despite his arrest and conviction, the influence of the Sinaloa cartel continues to be felt, with its reach extending to other parts of the world. 8. Seizing opportunity in methamphetamine business and rapidly expanding cartel. Joaquin Guzman Loera was not content with merely dominating the cocaine and marijuana markets. He recognized an opportunity in the methamphetamine business after the fall of the Amezcua brothers in 1999 and seized it. By doing so, he rapidly expanded his organization and became one of the most significant players in the illegal drug trade. The Sinaloa cartel's involvement in methamphetamine production and distribution has resulted in the drug's increased availability in the U.S., contributing to the country's ongoing drug epidemic. Joaquin's willingness to exploit new opportunities and expand his empire demonstrates the ruthless and determined nature of the drug trade and the individuals who operate within it. 9. Pop culture icon El Chapo in books, films, and TV shows. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman has been the subject of numerous books, films, and television shows, including the popular Netflix series El Chapo. The series chronicles his rise to power as the leader of the Sinaloa cartel and his subsequent downfall and capture by law enforcement. The show has garnered praise for its portrayal of Guzman and its exploration of the complex web of corruption and violence surrounding the drug trade in Mexico. 10. Life sentence for drug trafficking, conspiracy to murder, and money laundering charges. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman is currently serving a life sentence in a max security federal prison in the U.S. In 2019, he was convicted on multiple counts, including drug trafficking, conspiracy to murder, and money laundering charges. The trial revealed the extent of his criminal activities and the methods he used to maintain control of the Sinaloa cartel, including bribery, corruption, and violence. Despite numerous attempts to escape from prison, including tunneling and bribing prison officials, he was ultimately apprehended and brought to justice. His conviction and sentencing represent a significant victory for law enforcement agencies seeking to dismantle major drug trafficking organizations. There you have it, folks. 10 amazing facts about the life and crimes of El Chapo. His story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of the drug trade and a reminder of the dark side of human nature. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the mind of one of the most infamous figures of our time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Oasisify for more gripping content. Thanks for watching.